Hi, bitch.
Shut your fucking whore mouth. Recording
Braincake is
started.
a delicious, sweet nourishment created by combining two or more brain waves.
Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. I got to record on the mixer.
Wait, what?
I got to record on the mixer, so here we go again.
Fuck.
Braincake is a delicious, sweet nourishment created by combining two or more
We
brain
gotta
waves.
get it right.
Yeah, as it says in the intro, guys, so good and tasty. But we had a little struggle there for a second.
I think we did okay though. We recovered well, I guess.
Yeah,
We did recover well.
yeah. We actually initially started by shit talking the Zoom lady who lets us know that the recording is in progress, and it rolled into the intro music, and then I realized the mixer wasn't turned on, so then we had to turn it on and do it again.
Now, who is she to tell us that recording has started? I have a clear indicator in the upper left hand of my phone screen that says REC with a big old giant red button there. I have a feeling that I'm being recorded. I didn't need her to tell me that. I'm okay.
Well,
Sorry.
she legally has to tell you that so that you don't just whip
Yeah.
out your wang and start masturbating and have it go out worldwide, you know.
Leave
Yes,
Jeffrey Tubin alone.
Jeffrey. Hello, Allison. It's been a while. It has been a while.
You all
indeed.
keep taking shots at this man. I
Hey,
said it like a month ago. It's been months of torture for him. Leave him alone.
Well, it
Look,
could have been
man.
worse. Like he could have been it could have been recorded, right? Like if you
Yeah.
did that voice.
Sure. Oh,
Maybe it
that's true.
could have
There's no
helped him.
video of it. There's
Yeah.
no video. How could it have helped him?
Because then he would have zipped his pants up and put his dick back in there whenever he heard the robo bitch say, "Hey, bruh, you're
Yeah, we're recording."
I thought you were saying like some fucking porn company like Brazzers or some shit's gonna pick it up and see like footage of Jeffrey Tubin, former CNN host. They're like, God, you know what? His dick's all right. You know, maybe he might be all right for it. Think of it. Think of
Maybe.
it. We
Oh,
could
God.
actually make a true political parody porn or some like newscast like Anchorman type porn with this dude.
Yeah,
He's
that's
got
what we
stamina
need.
of a beast. He can't help himself. The whole premise of the movie is like he just can't stop jerking it at work or during a business call. Like he's
Jerk at work.
thought
The
about doing
jerk
it
at
for a
work.
while.
That's the name of it, man. The jerk at work.
The
Oh my
jerk at work.
God.
It's a whole 90-minute like long build up.
Oh yeah,
like
no, yeah.
Bukake style.
It's
Just like he's just fighting the urge the whole movie to not beat off at their
No.
monthly meetings. Like the urge gets so powerful and overwhelming. It just like he just snaps and does it like post Zoom call with his big wigs and shit. And there he is, dick in his hand. Then becomes online turmoil for months.
What if it's like there's like a thing where they record each meeting and they send it to like a quality team or like maybe management. They send each meeting to management so they can like review it, and they're like, oh, they must have like left the recording on. This guy he hasn't left the Zoom call. Let's hang around, see what's gonna happen here. And all of a sudden you just see Jeffrey Tubin take his penis out, start to stroke it. He also gets a ball gag and puts it in his mouth for some reason. And he's all
It helps him get there.
Suddenly this turns into a NSF NC-17 movie.
oh yeah. Well, I thought
Like-
initially
Yeah,
just
see, I thought initially it was going porn, and I was like, well, that would make sense because then they could all just be in a meeting and then can't resist each other, and eventually they all just start,
Whoa. It's the
It's
opposite.
Bang
of
Bus,
what
but in
happened.
the office.
It's the
Yeah.
opposite of what happened in real life, because whenever they catch him doing it, they're
he's
also
shamed. Yeah.
yeah. They're like, we're gonna do it too, Jeffrey.
Oh my
That's
God!
how-
In the porn, he gets rewarded, but in
That's how the
reality,
porn
he's shamed
parodies go,
endlessly.
man.
Yeah.
Haven't you
This is
watched
like
the
someone's
Walking
taking-
Dead porn parody?
I mean,
No,
let me
No, I
fuck,
haven't
was-
actually, but
What did you say?
I'm pretty certain he said, haven't you ever seen the Walking Dead porn parody? I'm like, no, I don't think I have. Matter of fact, I don't
No.
think I've ever looked for that matter.
Me either. And
I mean,
but I get what you're saying. I'm sure it's drastically different. Like, you know, Rick isn't getting anywhere close to getting his dick sucked by the whole cast in real life, according to the show storyline wise. But in porn world, that's fine. It's totally realistic.
It's acceptable in porn.
yeah,
It's
of course
normal
it is, man.
there.
It's practical for a zombie to blow you instead of eat you.
Yeah, in porn life, everything is
Everything will
sexual.
blow you. It doesn't matter. That's just how
Porn is
works.
the only porn is the
Everybody
only
is an
place. It's the only world where you can imagine two cannibals trusting each other enough to fucking blow each other.
Oh shit! Yeah, that's true, man.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, this makes
It's where
sense
the
here.
spider will fuck you. It's where the monster in the forest fucks you.
Shut the fuck up, monster in the forest.
Dude, there's actually this weird
Spider in the attic, it will fuck you.
Yeah. Everything
Oh no.
in porn logic, everything equals sex. Everything in life.
Even
leads to
Jeffrey
sex.
Toobin shame,
Yeah.
where he can only have a dream / great rewarding fantasy come true instead of the harsh reality he has to wake up to.
I mean, you know, like didn't the husband of Lorena Bobbitt or is like didn't he make porn, the guy who got his dick cut off by that lady?
Wayne Bobbitt, I think afterwards, I don't think it was like before.
Oh, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like after the tragedy and embarrassment, he flipped it around, said, you know what? My cutoff dick is famous, bitch. Jeffrey Toobin, that's what he should do. He should start an OnlyFans.
Like, sir, it's not your penis that's famous. It's your lack of penis.
Well, you know, people pay for that too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, they do. Yes, they do.
What a strange world.
I don't know if you got, well, I know you probably haven't. Jer may have. I mentioned the TV show Euphoria to Jimothy. Me and my lady like to watch it every Sunday. Premieres on HBO. I sound like I'm doing an advertisement for them.
It's okay, man. Last week I done a fucking 20-minute advertisement for Duolingo at $6.66 a month. Yeah, that's true, by the way. Anyway, I'm sorry.
There you go.
Continue.
Support them, support us. But yeah, Euphoria. Fuck, what were we talking about that made me bring that up? Porn. Yes. That show, man. I mean, it's HBO. You know, HBO is known for being graphic and shit and showing.
Being graphic, they had a porn show that used to come on Thursdays.
Yeah, it was called Oz.
Was it called Oz? I thought it was called like Real Sex
No.
or something
I'm
like
just
that.
fucking with you. Oz was the prison show that was on HBO many years ago.
I mean, you know, think
Or
about
am I thinking of Encore?
No, I'm sure you're thinking of HBO. Could be Skinamax. Who knows?
That's what I was saying, like Cinemax and all that shit. I think all those channels played porn at night. Am I wrong? Oh no. Both you boys are frozen as fuck. Oh.
Might be a Skinamax. This is not good. This is not good.
I'm glad to see you guys entered into my realm where things are moving and not just.
We just went through the biggest lag bubble. You're still lagging for me.
Fuck.
Oh my god.
Fucking
That's amazing.
God damn.
It wasn't me this time. It wasn't me. I didn't cause the lag. Yes.
Yeah. Well, anyway, getting back to what we're talking about for lag.
Euphoria.
Inevitably gonna do again.
Reset mode. What was you saying about Euphoria?
So, okay, yeah. Euphoria, HBO, it's known for its grittiness. Game of Thrones, for example, has sex and murder in practically every episode. And pretty much oftentimes the main characters who are sister and brother, they're fucking. So, you know, there's not really any limit to where they're willing to go. But Euphoria, dude, there's this scene. Oh my God, dude. I mean, what do you do? The fuck do you do? What do you want, Zoom? Like, honestly, what do you want from me? Piece of fucking garbage.
I love this.
Oh, God.
Fucking hillbilly internet piece of shit. Fucking.
Oh god.
When the lag ends, I will.
I'll tell you, Keegan, while you're not lagging. I've only seen like maybe 2 episodes of Euphoria. And I'm just like, I feel like the show was made for teenagers for sure. Because there's so much sexual tension already. And I'm like, I'm barely into the show.
Yeah, it's based on like high schoolers and stuff. So, but anyway, the main thing I was getting to, if you guys can understand me at all, Jimothy is literally over there.
I had to mute myself, dude. Goddamn.
Laughing so hard at, I guess, my lag.
Yes,
I can't stop laughing at how fucking hardcore it was.
I mean, tears are streaming down both.
Like, we just dead, like froze and kind of cut out, and then we would catch a clip.
It's easily the hardest I've ever laughed on this podcast. To this point, I swear to God, it is.
Yeah,
I hope that's captured.
Right, I hope you translated it like that.
I still don't know what the fuck Euphoria is.
TV show on HBO Max.
I mean, I haven't even really gotten.
We've tried. I'm not meant to know. We're not meant to know what the show is, Kiwi.
Yeah.
It's strictly saved for your eyes at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
Okay,
God.
but basically what I'm trying to get at, we're talking about porn and the fucked up stuff, and there's some fucked up stuff in that show as well.
Right?
Well, there's this thing though. This dude, like literally this, like, well, I'll just preface by saying one of the girls is she's like experimenting with like doing stuff online porn wise to make money. So she's like has the OnlyFans or whatever. She's putting videos on Pornhub or whatever. She's doing all that. And one of the things she does is she has this guy come on who he is a self-proclaimed cash pig. He's like, I want to be your fucking cash pig. Like, you just punish me for whatever you want and I'll give you the money. And like the introductory scene though of this dude, this weird man, he is.
I can't imagine any other.
Well, no, I'm not kink shaming. This guy can do whatever he wants. All I'm saying is I respect the gall of him to stroke his like 1-inch penis with his thumb and pinky on HBO for everyone to see for like 5 minutes straight.
Oh, dude,
He's proud of
it. He's probably made so much money off that fucking show.
And
he bought a new dick.
He probably legitimately enjoyed doing it too.
Yeah.
I'm sure he bought a new dick after though.
So good for him. He's doing well with a larger dick.
Giant skin graft. Giant skin graft. Be granted to him by the Bad Bunny himself, Nikolai.
But it was kind of weird to me though, because that show has showed more dicks than I've ever seen.
It's very much geared toward like LGBT audiences. LGBTQ
More dicks than Shameless.
Definitely more dicks than Shameless. They like go through a whole fucking locker room just dicks.
There was a Stars show that had a lot of dicks in it. It was about gladiators. Spartacus. Was it called Spartacus?
Probably Spartacus. That was a show. Yeah.
Yeah, but it had a lot of dicks in it because the women, of course, it's like Greek Roman. Is it Roman? I guess it's Roman era time show.
So it makes sense contextually.
Yeah, contextually it makes sense. They was just, have fucking and just living their life as people who were part of the Congress or whatever they were back then, Senate, Roman Senate. Mm-hmm. But the women would like have the gladiators come up and be naked and they would, kind of have their way with them. They would judge who they wanted to have sex with that night, I guess, based on their dick size or whatever they wanted.
Yeah.
But they would make
Like-
them wear a mask so that when they were actually out there being a gladiator, they couldn't see their face. They would just see their body. I don't, the show was weird.
So it's like 300, but with dicks.
Yeah, 300 with dicks.
300 dicks.
Well, it seems, and what this got me thinking about was the level of nudity in TV shows. Like, obviously, I feel like we could all agree boobs are the most acceptable form of nudity in TV and the most common, right?
Well, I think.
Are you talking like as a whole or just like female boobs as a whole?
Yeah, if you're showing nudity, boobs, asshole, vagina, penis, I think that's got all the bases covered. Like in ranking, what are the most common in TV shows and movies?
Probably boobs. Or no,
Yeah,
I would say probably ass.
Ass cheeks.
Yeah,
you can
ass
show the
cheeks.
cheeks,
Like
but you
everybody can
can't
show
the
their
hole.
cheeks.
I mean,
you can't show your
ass cheeks
asshole.
on Cartoon Network, probably.
Yeah, you could probably show your ass. You could moon somebody on Cartoon Network, but you couldn't show your asshole. You couldn't like pull your cheeks apart and goatee.
And Cinemax proved that you
don't
could.
you dare spread your asshole.
Yeah, fuck. Cinemax proved that you could have two naked people rubbing, like one person's rubbing their ass cheeks up against the other person's pelvis and fucking cock. As long as they're not inserting, it's not porn. It's perfectly acceptable. You know what I mean?
Softcore.
You can simulate a softcore porn and it's perfectly acceptable because it shows no penetration or holes. But you can show like the simulation of the bodies just grinding and making the motions, like having a good time.
The rating board will count how many humps is in a sex scene because you're allowed so many before it becomes NC-17. Yes,
Really?
that's the thing that happens. They count the cuss words and everything.
So you have to be like a
folks
minute man. If you're more than a minute man, you can't. It's no go in softcore.
I mean, could you do a little research on that, Jer? I'm curious to see how many humps are allowed before.
Dude, yeah, I had no idea that
hump too many.
I didn't know that there was a job out there, people who have to regulate humps in softcore.
Watch the documentary. This film is not yet rated.
Or just movie scenes in general.
Because he showed the rating board the film. And they told him that it was NC-17, so he kept that rating, even though after he edited it and resubmitted it, they changed it. But it's all about the MPAA and like the rating board and shit and how it's all like a fixed bullshit. It's weird.
For 35 years, a secret group has controlled the way you see movies.
There are clergy in the room.
These are moral censors.
They forced great filmmakers to change their art.
I was so devastated.
I got the call and they said NC-17. That's when my blood turned to ice water.
Because the studio won't release your movie.
No advertising budget. You can't run TV spots.
No one's ever found out who they are.
Who is controlling this thing and how are they controlling it?
No one knows. That's the whole point.
Until now.
We're actually hiring a private investigator to try to find out who these people are on the board.
I'm sure it is. Because it's humans who are working it. And there's always just a little bit of fuckery. And just a little bit of room for human error.
Yeah. So how many thrusts can you get, or how many thrusts can get you an NC-17 rating? Let's see. The MPAA looks more kindly on lewd acts between married or committed couples, oral sex when it's being performed on a man instead of a woman, and female breasts over crotch shots.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've never seen a vagina in a movie.
This is coming from Hollywood Reporter. By the way, I'll get through here. And
also very true. I mean, what's more shocking in a movie for a chick to get eaten out or eaten out or a dude eaten or out? Okay, here it goes. Minimize. Excuse me, guys. Minimize the difference between an R rating and an NC-17 often hinges on the amount of in and out action, according to those familiar with the rating process.
The amount of in and out action.
And I quote, 3 or 4 seconds you can get away with. Linger on it for 30 or 40 seconds, and you're in NC-17 territory.
Shit.
And if a couple is completely naked, forget about it.
Okay.
So there you go.
you better pan away to something else or what the neighbors are up to for a second, then come back to them fucking again. You can't do it all at once.
No, you gotta switch the scenes up. So you gotta make it look like they're making love. You can thrust all you want. Like they could actually have sex on set. You could film a porn as long as you cut in there like sequences of other scenes, like maybe a dream sequence, or you flip to another family member doing something because it's a heinous act. It's cheating or something. No, what it would be is like
rammed by this, and they're just going back and forth, and that's totally fine because as long as we show Dad eating breakfast, the sex is a-okay.
Yeah.
As long as we do a Family Guy like type gag cutaway between their fucking love making, that's okay.
So you can get a fleeting glimpse of a full frontal, but you can't just like have them stand there with their dick out. Well, I mean, unless you're stars.
Who wants to just stand there with their dick out? You know what I mean?
Well,
like, son, what are you doing over there? Just standing out with your dick out, son? Get back to work.
Euphoria, the dad of this real fucked up dude, he literally stands. And I'm not playing. Beautiful, you said that. He's drunk and is just standing there with his dick hanging out of his zipper for like 5 minutes while he goes on a rant.
Well, this story first appeared in the February 20th issue of the Hollywood Reporter magazine. I don't know what year. 2015. Thanks, Google.
But very strange.
So I'm sure it had, it is very strange. I'm sure it hasn't changed much. I don't know. It may have because society has changed a lot. Porn is everywhere.
I mean, you would have to be so careful when you're doing scenes like that, right? As far as like actors' safety and not having them come back and say that a situation was uncomfortable or sexual harassment and so on and so forth.
You would hope, but I'm pretty sure Hollywood's one of those cultures where it's like, if you don't do it, then you won't work with anyone else.
Yes, it's going to be a black eye on your career.
Yeah. If you want to be a star, baby.
I mean, look at the Weinstein situation. I'm sure there are other situations, probably a multitude of situations similar to that everywhere in Hollywood.
Sure.
Yeah, for sure. And yeah, that's the thing too, is it goes past just doing the scene, but behind the scenes, the industry as a whole is quite sexualized as well.
Oh, yeah.
Makes sense.
The less clothes you wear, the more you can sell of anything.
Yeah. And I mean, that's like same with the pop industry or whatever, the music industry. When it gets to the top of it, they all want everybody to be sexualized, you know, even from a young age. Somebody like Britney Spears, you know what I mean? Like,
oh yeah,
definitely.
What was it? Hit Me Baby One More Time.
Yeah.
Or no, I'm Not That Innocent. What was that song?
Any of that.
Well, those are both like two big hits of hers, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Toxic. I don't know. Pretty Spears.
Toxic was later, though.
It was a little later.
Like she was older, you know.
A little older by that point, yeah. But Hit Me Baby One More Time was like that big.
Nick Carter, Aaron Carter,
real young.
Yeah,
Backstreet Boys were young.
Bieber,
NSYNC was young.
There's this interview that Justin Bieber goes on. I don't know, it's some talk show, and he's like sitting there with all of these women, and there's this woman who is like creepily like close to him, and you can tell he's uncomfortable. It's like, yeah, he's a superstar, but we forget this is just a kid who is like in front of a crowd of people being kind of weirdly taken advantage of by this older woman.
No different than Hanson like 20 years before him.
It gets even creepier, dude, when you think about the fact that when Bieber was young, he had like his laptop or phone or something was hacked, and he actually had a nude photo leak.
Oh,
so when you couple that in with like all the other weird attention he's gotten over the years, it's like some of these people are I don't know, questionable. So, but he's had nude photos leaked more than once.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if Bieber just likes to show people his dick or what, but
well, he spent a few years showing his ass to everybody, so I guess he could show his dick to some people.
Why not? I mean, when he started peeing in the mop bucket, we were like, all right, man, your career is just, you've hit the wall.
Get out of Brazil, buddy.
You guys
Get out
are
of Brazil.
Times. Jesus, Justin Bieber has found Jesus. He is
good for him.
and he's
good for
married
Jesus.
Man. No,
he's married a man.
He does no. He's a married man. But yeah, he does seem to be, not.
Oh yeah, he married Selena,
just
didn't
yet.
Did he marry Selena?
I don't know the exact chick. I don't know. Some rando, I think. I don't think she's like a celebrity or anything.
Rando. Well, good for him.
She's a celebrity.
Good for Bieber. She's an excellent Cards Against Humanity player too.
What do you mean?
You said she married Justin Bieber married Rando. I said, well, that's good for Bieber because he married a hell of a fucking Cards Against Humanity player.
Oh yeah, that all Cards Against Humanity rule where you or have just for fun really where you have a rando person
play with an invisible deck.
Yeah, like somebody just you put a card down for rando and that's rando's card, and some fucking random dude who's not even thinking about what he's laying down is going to beat all your asses because rando does usually do pretty good in our sessions.
Yeah, to not even exist in our realm or universe whatsoever, he usually wins those games.
I think it comes down to because Cards Against Humanity, honestly, yeah, things that make sense get a lot of laughs, but sometimes the things that are completely random and make no sense make you laugh even harder. So that's the effectiveness of rando, I think.
Oh yeah, but rando, that's one thing you can predict your friends. You can't predict rando.
My dude, she's not really a rando though. She's an American model, media personality, and socialite. Haley
sounds like a nobody to me.
Haley
sounds like
Bieber,
an alien species,
previously known as Haley Baldwin, niece of Alec, Daniel, and William Baldwin.
Yep. Who are those?
Yeah.
People? Who are those?
What's that?
She's a rando.
Who's Alec Baldwin?
I've made a much more significant impact on the world than her and her family.
Sounds like some family out of South Dakota.
Oh gosh. But
don't shit on South Dakota for no reason,
fuck
man.
South Dakota.
I mean, why are you going to shit on South Dakota? Not that I can.
And fuck North Dakota too.
I can't think of anything to defend either of them. So,
and I can't think of anything to insult them over. So that's probably worse than even having a strong opinion on them is having no opinion on them. Being like, you don't matter to me. Dakotas, you don't matter to me.
Dakotas, you don't matter. Go to Canada.
Yeah, go to Canada. If you want to be Canada so damn bad, go there.
Just randomly assume Dakota wants to be Canada for some reason. You guys want to fucking fly the fucking leaf flag and say at the end of your sentence. South Dakotans. If y'all want to do that, have fun, you fucking weirdos, but do it up in Canada where you belong.
That sounds a little bit like Michigan too. I think they need to just pack it up.
Well, I couldn't
just head on out.
I think if you're
I mean, they're already stuck. What do you think the Upper Peninsula is? It's part of fucking Canada already.
Well, I was just gonna say,
let's just fucking emancipate it and give it all to them.
If you're in Detroit, you should probably be trying to get the fuck out sometime soon. Is all I'm saying.
I think Canada could fix Detroit. I really do.
I thought all the people had already
become a major
Detroit.
Commercial hub if Canada owned it, because then the Canadian border would be right there at fucking Ohio.
Yeah, just let some Canadians
imagine how much fucking
down into
commerce
Michigan,
would move
man.
into Canada then. Let's just give them the upper portion of the United States. Who the fuck needs it? Not us.
You're trying to give them New York? You're trying to give Canada New York?
Yeah, the part of New York nobody lives in.
Dude, you know what was so weird? My dad earlier was watching NASCAR, and there's apparently this like $1 million like special race where it's like all the best guys, and it's in California. And I was like, what are California NASCAR fans like? Like, what the fuck are the stands like in that?
It's the same rednecks that watch them everywhere. They just travel with NASCAR. Like, they just follow NASCAR from one track to another.
There's just like 5,000 NASCAR cronies that follow them.
Yeah, that's why they have campers and shit, man.
I got tired to see your boobs, so I want to see some butthole. Show me your butthole! Show your butthole!
So I got that
it's not a stereotype if it's based on reality.
NASCAR groupies.
I hit the lotto, buddy. Scratch off $100,000. We're going to see every race this summer.
The only thing more powerful than the Grateful Dead goers, who follow the band from show to show. Like NASCAR is the only one to beat that record. Just people driving miles and miles, living solely off of gas station snack cakes and chips, just fucking guzzling beer at the show and moving on to the next one.
NASCAR.
Expect to see a lot of deadheads, juggalos, and fucking NASCAR fans in the nuclear apocalypse fallout.
Yeah.
There will be hordes of them walking the fucking barren wastelands.
There'll be track cars somewhere going in a circle with people in crowds around it.
But they still find a way to have their races, man.
All left turns, baby.
It'll be like post-apocalyptic though. So there'll be like fucking metal rods on the NASCAR.
Yeah, there'll be spikes and shit sticking off the tires and like the doors, and there'll be like
one guy in the center of the track who's just like commanding it all.
The car is going to sound like shit because it's like 80 some year old and shitty gasoline and oil and
dude, and that's like
it's going to be rusted as fuck.
In the post-apocalyptic world, dude, they're trying to take NASCAR down because they're like, you guys can't keep fucking using the gasoline for this. This is a precious resource. We can't be using for recreation.
They said, "The hell you tell us we fucking can't." The hell with you.
Gasoline is pretty much an outgoing resource.
But what they don't realize is that the more that they try to stop NASCAR and its fans, the more ravenous and more entrenched in their ideology they become. And then it's a NASCAR world from there, baby.
It's like trying to take guns away.
Everybody has electric cars.
You can't just take guns away.
Miles an hour in a circle.
Yeah.
You ain't going to take our motherfucking guns, bitch. You ain't going to take our gas.
Jim's over there.
I agree with you, though, redneck man. It would be quite hard for them to come and take your guns. That's why I feel like you should shut up and stop worrying about it.
I ain't worried none.
Ain't Joe Biden walking up to your door and saying, hand over your gun, Joey. It's not going to happen.
He has to whisper it.
Hand over the gun, man.
Hand over the gun.
And your child, please, as well.
And your child. No, don't do that. Don't do that.
Joe. Oh, Joe.
Oh, boy.
Yep. But I mean, yeah, come on, guys. Like, nobody's showing up at your door and taking your guns away. You can like rest easy. Like that.
NASCAR's still popular.
They're not doing it yet, Keegan.
Not yet. But
it's in the books, though.
Rest assured, if they want to take them from you, they can. Because if you guys don't know, shit.
Update.
We'll see you later.
That damn update, man. We need to make a shirt for braincake that's really just Kiwi's computer update.
Install the update.
Yeah, like I think this is like the 12th episode I have heard this on his computer.
Yeah, dude. I mean, like it's I got to make sure to keep it updated and shit. I got to have those notifications that I never ever utilize being notified for.
He deep down doesn't want the inside joke of this to go away on himself.
It's too much time. When I open up the laptop,
you're right.
I want to use it. I don't want to update.
Yeah, you don't want to be inconvenienced
Your
by an
laptop's
update.
fast enough.
He's right, Jeremy. He's right.
That's right.
You're wrong.
That's what I like to hear. I'm right. You're wrong. I win. You lose. I'm bigger. You're smaller. I'm better. You're worser. And I'm more grammatically correcter, even though it may not seem like it on the surface.
I believe you.
Yeah.
Well, enjoy your stigmatism that you've had all show.
Stigmatism.
Yeah. Haven't you noticed I'm a blur?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
That's what it looks like to people who can't afford glasses. Why do glasses cost money? People don't.
Why are you
aren't born? People aren't born with a stigmatism, or people don't decide one day that, oh, I'm just going to get a stigmatism because I want glasses. No, that's not how that works, man. I don't think.
Jared's being passive aggressive. He's being so passive aggressive with how he's recording his video today. He's just like trying to be mean to people with bad vision, and he is a person with bad vision himself.
No, man, I'm saying we need free glasses.
Yeah.
Because
is that what you do?
People with bad vision, this is what their world looks like. We need to correct this, and it should not cost them money. Why should that cost them money? It's not their choice to have bad vision.
I mean, while we're talking liberal talking
vision.
points already, we might as well add in some fucking government assistance in there as well. Come on, guys. Healthcare.
It doesn't have to be government assistance. Why the fuck does it cost money?
But I mean, simple but effective question. I must be honest to say.
You can bend a plastic and stick it on your eyeball, but you can't do the same for a frame.
What?
You could 3D print glasses frames and then put like a fucking clear piece of plastic for magnification. It doesn't have to be glass.
We fuck with 3D print houses and guns too, man. Like, God damn. Yeah. Let's just 3D print everything.
Why not?
Yeah.
It's cheaper, more effective. It outputs the resources from large companies to individuals.
Can you explain it to me better? Because honestly, I don't know much about 3D printing or how effective or efficient it is.
It's very effective and efficient. All I can, it's like.
So why is it not more used then?
Because
is it just not
there's an expensive upfront? Yeah, there's an expensive upfront cost. But your filament, let me see here, 3D printer.
There was a time when drones were like very expensive and out of reach for most like normal folk. Now you see like everybody and their goddamn mother has drones. And they're affordable. You can give as cheap as $30-$40. I'm not saying this is the same thing. I'm with you, Kiwi. I'm not very knowledgeable on 3D printing. I just know it does a lot of shit.
Yeah, some of these prices I'm seeing are from like 200 to well over 2,000, depending on the 3D printer and what you're trying to 3D print. You know what I mean? And then there's different
it's not a cheap
filaments.
Thing to access.
Yeah, there's different filaments for different printers. A fucking 3D printer that makes a house, a concrete house, will use concrete for the filament. But a 3D printer that just uses a cheap plastic to make like disposable silverware or whatever you want to use it for, you just download the design, the 3D design from one of the various websites. I don't know the
it's like some
I don't know any of them.
Shit. Or
you just download the CAD file, and once you have the CAD file, you open it in the printer program or whatever the fuck you use. I'm not for sure the software, and it's like printing a piece of paper. The printer just goes to work and spits out the filament in whatever design you tell it to do.
So I mean, basically, it comes down to cost as to why it's not used. Like, but the second one company is able to start printing houses, we're fucked. Like on the red.
Oh, yeah.
Because they're going to leave everybody else in the dust and they're going to have houses built on every spot of land that lacks one.
They're going to have to compete with the people who make the fucking houses out of shipping containers.
Yeah. Yeah, that's like a weird thing. Like you go to, what is it called? That you can find places to stay at. That's not a hotel.
The shipyard.
No, not the shipyard. That fucking app. The app that
what are you talking about? The Airbnb?
Airbnb, yeah, Airbnb. Like they have stuff like that on there. You can search by like shipping container. You can search by what they call glamping. It's glamorous camping.
Yeah. I don't know what the fuck that is. That's an ugly sounding word though.
It is. But people like to stay in strange things, man. It's interesting. I wouldn't mind doing some of the glamping, as they call it. Sounds kind of fun to me. I like staying in cool places.
Sounds like glamorous people LARPing a camping event.
Yeah.
Oh no. Jeremy just sent, what is this, Jer? The 12 most exciting 3D printed house builds 2022. So
well, I was more or less sending it for the advantages of 3D printed houses.
So I mean, this is on the rise. Like it says, like the first family to move into a 3D printed house in France in 2018. So I mean, this is in the works. This is going to be the regular in the near future, I would say.
I mean, people don't realize
3D printed neighborhood. Okay. So yeah, that's what I was saying.
Like, people don't realize, man, the future is now. Like, they like to think that their Star Trek future is still way far off. Like, VR is a thing. It is here. It is now. Like, it's no longer a mysterious technology. It exists now.
Mm-hmm.
Holograms.
Same with flying cars. Flying cars exist. They're prototypes, but they work.
They work, yes. Drones, they exist. Robots exist.
We are in the Jetsons, my friends.
Yes, we are. And people don't realize it. We 3D print houses. That's fucking amazing, dude. Who would have fucking thought we would be printing a house? Could you imagine somebody back in the day programming a fucking IBM computer the size of a room, and you tell them that one day printers will make houses? And he's going to look at this fucking printer's printing out paper that just has holes poked in it where the ones and zeros are in the code.
Like you dropped a fuck ton of acid, man, is what that sounds like if you told the person who came up with the original printer.
Yeah.
Like one day your invention is going to create firepower. You can create fucking weaponry from your printer bases.
Yeah.
We can create homes. We can create fucking car bodies and shit.
Am I wrong, or is it correct to assume that most of the technology industry is kind of also weirdly associated with drugs and like psychedelic use and shit? Like, didn't one popular
yes, Jobs did LSD,
Jobs.
I think, or acid one.
And didn't he attribute it to like some creation?
It is creativity. He believed Jobs was a strange man, dude. Working at Apple under Steve Jobs was a human, I don't know, it was like a weird fucking human experiment because he pitted the Macintosh people against the Apple II people inside the company. It almost tore Apple apart. It was Jobs was a weird fucking person. And then when they kicked him out, the Pepsi guy kicked him out and Apple was struggling. He came up. Yeah. So he brought in the CEO of Pepsi.
Who's a Pepsi guy?
Steve Jobs brought in an ex-CEO of Pepsi. And he told him, well, this is the way it happened. Jobs looked at him and said, what do you want to do? Sell sugar water the rest of your life? That's pretty much it. And the guy was in. He came to Apple. Because it was something to do with marketing or something like that was the position. But eventually the board made him CEO and they kicked Jobs out because they thought Jobs was a fucking wacko and was going to destroy the company. And lo and behold, he found a company called Next. It was all just a bunch of wild fucking ideas. And he didn't really have anything to sell except for a black box. I mean, it booted and there was software, but it was not, Jesus Christ.
It goes to.
It led to OS X, essentially.
There's a fine line between genius and insanity. And I think a lot of these people who take on these projects that are extremely ambitious to create technology that most people feel like is years away and they want it now, you have to be a little crazy to take that.
Do that, yeah.
Yeah, to say that's what I'm going to pursue.
Look at Jobs. Jobs said, "I'm going to put thousands
nobody's
of songs
saying I'm
in your
pursuing
pocket."
flying cars, by the way, but Steve Jobs is a great example.
Yeah, I mean, he was like, "I'm going to put thousands of songs in your pocket." And what do we have now? We have the wealth of the world's knowledge walking around because he was like, "Hey, let's throw a glass screen on that and give it some weird touch."
Jimothy has been displaying he looks like Cousin It from the chin up. He's just covering his face with his beard.
He has been eating.
And that's just disturbing as hell to see coming out from between the beard.
Oh God. I think it's time to go.
Yeah. Good night,
Samson's here.
It is getting time though to wrap up. I suppose been going about 45 minutes, almost at the 9 o'clock mark. Got to catch that Euphoria. 9 o'clock every Sunday, folks. Lots of dicks.
Although I've been enjoying The Gilded Age, which is another TV show on HBO Max. It comes out every Monday. It's kind of feels like a rip off of Downton Abbey, but it's still pretty good. It's been pretty good.
Jimothy, do you have any suggestion of TV shows for the fans?
Watch TV. What are you talking about?
Watch AEW Dynamite Wednesday nights.
Oh my God.
Or Tuesday night, whatever night of the week it comes on. Tune in to WWE Monday Night Raw on USA Network, 8 p.m. Central. Actually, don't tune into it. Don't waste 3 hours of your time. You could be better off going outside and standing in the cold.
There are better things to do.
Well, what a reason.
Don't watch TV.
Watch us. Go back and watch our old episodes. Watch clips. Subscribe.
Like, there you go. That's the best thing you can watch. God damn it. Watch us.
Yeah. And you can now catch us on TikTok as well. That's braincake.podcast. We are officially uploading there. Social media. Basically, Jimmy, you should hit us with the classic line, man.
Oh, wait, what you talking about?
Wait! Before you do that, though, subscribe on YouTube if you're here. Spotify, we're there every Wednesday, and I think that about covers it. So, Jimothy, what was it you were going to say, man?
Still no social media presence. Still no social media presence. God damn it!